everyone, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be talking about my bookish wish list. So I have done one of these videos in the past. I don't remember if it was a year ago, if it was more recent than that, but the concept came from Riley Marie here on YouTube. Definitely go and check her out. She is amazing. But the whole idea of it is just books that have been catching your eye lately and you have been kind of resisting the urge to buy. So I recently got a job at a bookstore. This is probably like the millionth video I've mentioned it in, but I got a job at my local Chapters, which is Chapters Devonshire. If you know where that is, then come and visit me, and definitely say hi if you ever see me there. But I am surrounded by books all day because of that. Like, all my shift I'm surrounded by books and I'm just looking at them, and there have been some that have just been catching my eye and I'm really having to resist the urge to buy because my July book haul was already very large. So these are just kind of those books. So let's get into it. So since my wish list is pretty big, I decided to choose my top 10 that are on there. So these are in no particular order in and of themselves though. So the first one is And I Darken by Kirsten White, and this is a retelling, I believe, of Vlad the Impaler, and it just seems so cool to me. I really like the cover of it, and I have seen it all over at work. It's been like featured on a bunch of tables, and I just think that it seems like it could be really cool and it has tons of potential, so I'm hoping that I will be able to get it soon. The next book is The Forbidden Orchid by Sharon Biggs Waller, and this book, I just think the concept is so cool. This was included in my most anticipated releases for, I believe it was spring 2016, possibly summer, I don't know, I could be getting it mixed up, but the whole concept is that this girl's father, it takes place in Victorian England, and this girl has a bunch of sisters, and her father is a plant hunter. So that's how he earns their living. But he ends up going missing, and the trying to find this orchid that is in China, and I think it's China. I don't remember the synopsis very well right now, but she's trying to find this orchid and she goes and actually tries to find it. It sounds really cool. I just gave a terrible synopsis, but the whole concept really intrigued me, and it's not available at my store, unfortunately, but I'm hoping that I will be able to get my hands on it. Next up is Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman. This book has actually been out for a while now. I just haven't picked it up. It was causing a little bit of buzz around when it first released on BookTube, and I just think the concept seems really cool. I forget what king it's about, but it is about an English king, and it's kind of like a reimagining of them as a teenager, and I just think the whole concept seems really interesting, especially after reading My Lady Jane recently. I'm kind of all over that royalty thing, especially the English monarchy, so I feel like I'm probably going to be getting to this one soon. Next up is Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan. In this book, when I first read the synopsis, I felt like it sounded a lot like Rapunzel, and I believe it actually is a retelling of Rapunzel. So there's the girl in the tower, and you guys are all familiar with Rapunzel, I'm sure, but I think a retelling of Rapunzel sounds really awesome. I haven't read one before, and I think it has tons of potential, so I'm hoping to get this one soon. Next up is This Shattered World by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. This book has been on the top of my wish list for a while. I just haven't picked it up for some reason, but I own These Broken Stars, and then This Shattered World is the second one, and I don't own that one, but I do own the third one, which is Their Fractured Light, and I loved These Broken Stars, so I really want to continue with the trilogy, but I haven't been able to because I don't own the other book. I know I could go to the library, but I just can't do that. But I just haven't picked it up yet for whatever reason. Like, I need the hardcover because the rest of them are in hardcover and I just love the hardcover, so I really want the hardcovers, and all we have at my store is paperback, so I've just been struggling and I just need to pick it up soon so that I can finish this companion trilogy because I think it's going to be amazing. Next up is The Weight of Feathers by Anna Marie McLemore, and I think that this book sounds so cool because it is a retelling of Romeo, that was easy for me to say, Romeo and Juliet. Apparently I've been really into retellings lately because that's most of what is on this list, but I just think a retelling of a Shakespeare play sounds amazing. I've read one before and it was pretty good, so I'm like, Romeo and Juliet is obviously so popular, so I think that this one could be amazing and I just really need it in my life. Next up is With Malice by Eileen Cook, and this book, honestly, I was first intrigued by the cover and I thought that the cover was just so beautiful, and then Ariel over at Ariel Bissett read this book for Booktubeathon and she ended up actually really enjoying it, and it's kind of like this murder mystery, I believe, so it sounds like it's going to be really nuts, and I haven't really read many murder mysteries, so I feel like I should give it a chance and and see if it would be something I like, plus I think the cover is beautiful, so I'm hoping I'll get this one soon. Next up is Worlds of Ink and Shadow by Lena Coakley. This book, I think I included it in my most anticipated releases for winter of 2016, but I haven't read it yet. I just haven't picked it up. I've heard a lot of good things from people who have, because it was included in an Owl Crate, but it was one that I didn't end up getting. But I love the whole concept of it. It's the Bronte sisters, and it's all about their lives, and right now I'm reading Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, so I'm finally delving into the Brontes, so I think now would be the perfect time to have this book. I just don't have it, and I can't buy it because I need to control myself. I really don't need any more new books. Next up is You Know Me Well by Nina LaCour, and honestly, I don't know the synopsis of this book at all. I just know, I believe it takes place in San Francisco based on the cover, and I just know that I really like Nina LaCour. I've read two, I believe, of her novels before. I've read The Disenchantments, and I've read Everything Leads to You, and I really enjoyed both of them, especially Everything Leads to You, so I'm kind of on board with anything that she writes, and she has a new book, so I want it. And the last book on this list is Wanderlost by Jen Malone. This book is about a girl who goes on a cross-country trip to Europe, and she ends up being the tour guide for this group of older people, and she's touring them all around Europe, and she ends up being with the tour guide's son, and there's a little relationship going on there. One of my best friends read this book, and she really enjoyed it, so I just think that it sounds like it could be super cute, and I want to pick it up. So yeah, those are all of the books that have been catching my eye lately. Keep in mind, on this list I'm only including books that are out at the time that I'm filming it, so I am filming this on July 26th or the 7th. I think it's the 27th. So Harry Potter's not on this list because it's not out yet, plus I am going to be picking it up like the second it comes out. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what books are at the top of your wish list, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!